Rickey Smiley Morning Show, the most funny in the morning. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Just another day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Ladies and gentlemen, the senior pastor of Friendship West Missionary Baptist Church, Dallas, Texas, Pastor Frederick Douglas Haynes. Pastor Haynes, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Rickey Smiley and the Rickey Smiley Morning Show family. I love you. I praise God for you, and I praise God for this privilege to share this praise break with you. Today's song is by the great Marvin Sapp. He basically testifies never would have made it. Rick, what really gets me about this song is this song talks about the keeping power of God. Oh, to be kept by Jesus. That's old school, Rick. The keeping power of God, how God keeps us in the midst of what happens to us, how God keeps us sane in the midst of insanity, how God keeps us together when everything in our world is falling apart. God is a keeping God, and how desperately we need that keeping power in days like this when our country is going crazy. The word for crazy means broken in the original French language. And not only that, but there's so much division. We're moving toward an election where so many of us are anxious about the outcome of this election. Here's what I've discovered. God is a keeper. And when you recognize that you never would have made it without God, your only conclusion is that God is a keeper. And so go ahead, know that as you move forward, you're not in this thing by yourself. God is with you. And if God be for you, who can be against you? God is keeping you. And if God is keeping you, no matter what life tries to take from you, no matter what people do to you, the good news is you're being kept by our great God. And so the testimony today is never would have made it because God is a keeper. God will keep you because God has kept you, and God is going to keep on keeping on. God bless you. Y'all have an amazing day.
There it is, Pastor Haynes, man, the senior pastor of Friendship West Missionary Baptist Church. Let's get into this music. Love you, Pastor Haynes.
Yes, sir. Love you, Ricky. Have a great one.
Yes, sir. You too. Let's go.
News headlines,
Entertainment.
sports.
It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all. 14 after the hour. Y'all got your front page right here. Maria, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. The front page is brought to you by Bounty. Bounty paper towels pick up messes quicker and are 2 times more absorbent than the leading Ordinary brand. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper. Good morning, RSMS family. Here's what's happening in news. All right, Hurricane Milton dipped down to Category 4 strength overnight, but is expected to rebound to a Category 5 later today. This storm is massive. Now, although the storm is forecast to weaken before making landfall, it could keep growing in size, making its disastrous impacts felt over a larger area. Now, as of this morning, Milton is forecast to make landfall on Florida's Gulf Coast on Wednesday as a Category 3 storm. Massive evacuations are taking place along Florida's west coast. Alex Wallace from the Weather Channel will be joining us later in the show today to break things down. In other news, the Georgia State Supreme Court reinstated the state's 6-week abortion ban on Monday after a lower court allowed abortions to resume in the state. The ruling goes into effect at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and will remain in place while the court hears the state's appeal. Lastly, lottery officials announced Monday that it will cost $5 to play Mega Millions beginning in April, up from the current $2 per ticket. The price increase will be one of the many changes to Mega Millions that officials said will result in improved jackpot odds, more frequent giant prizes, and even larger payouts. I'm Maria Moore, and that's a quick rundown of this morning's headlines. For updates and more news, visit RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. Rock 2 is going on in sports.
What's up there, Maria? Well, the Monday Night Football game last night, Kansas City Chiefs, the champs, knocked off the New Orleans Saints 26-13. Kansas City's 5-0. It was an okay game. Business as usual for the champs right there. But speaking of New Orleans, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they are actually evacuating themselves to go to New Orleans to stay ahead of the Hurricane Milton because they'll play the New Orleans Saints this coming weekend with their matchup. Little sad news, interesting news. New England Patriots safety Jabril Peppers was allegedly arrested in Massachusetts, facing charges including assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, strangulation to his girlfriend, and drug possession. Now, she claims that he got violent with her after she received a phone call during, intercourse with him at 4 o'clock in the morning. He didn't like the
What?
phone call. So he allegedly got violent with her, kicked her out the apartment, strangled her, and so on and so forth. He denies all these allegations, but that was the reasoning behind all of this. So he was arrested. I think he's been released since then. We'll keep you guys posted on that horrible situation. That's my quick sports report right there. Brat got the hot spot coming up next on Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and
You can catch me at the hot spot.
It's the BR18.
All right, y'all. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. This segment is being brought to you by.
The new $5 meal deal at McDonald's gets you a McDouble or a McChicken, plus a small fry and a drink, and a 4-piece McNuggets. $5 gotta glow up. Prices and participation may vary for limited time only. What's up there, Brigitte Tat?
Good morning, Rock T. Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brat Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it.
Don't
Well,
talk
let me
about
tell
it,
you
bring
this.
it.
Shut up. My goodness. I got to start off with some sad news, y'all.
Okay.
Sissy Houston, a Grammy Award-winning singer and the mother of the late Whitney Houston. She passed away in her New Jersey home at the age of 91. 91 is a good, long lifespan. That's not bad at all. She passed away on October 7th while under hospice care for Alzheimer's disease. Sissy made her mark in the music industry when she rose to fame in the 1960s as one-third of an R&B girl group, The Sweet Inspirations. She also made an impact as a solo artist. She won 2 Grammys in Best Traditional Soul Gospel Album category for her solo records, Face to Face and He Leadeth Me. So rest in peace to Sissy Houston, and our prayers go out to her family. All right, y'all, moving on. Some big-name celebrities are quietly paying off victims to avoid being publicly named in lawsuits related to the Diddy case. Attorney Tony Busby, who is representing more than 120 of Diddy's alleged victims, said the huge stars are about to be sued by his firm, and he's giving them a chance to settle up before the claims hit the public court. Some celebrities have, in fact, opted in to settle. Busby said in every single case, especially cases like this, because it's in the best interest of the victim, we attempt to resolve these matters without the filing of a public lawsuit, and we've done that already with a handful of individuals, many of which you've heard of before. Why? Oh, goodness. So
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's crazy. So they finna get so much money out of people.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, how many people involved and how far this gonna go, and it's like the whole that's Brat. It's a lot,
and just because you pay the money, that don't mean you safe.
Exactly.
The tape could have been copied. That somebody else could have a copy of the tape. Of course, you're gonna say, "Well, it's the only one," but come on now.
And how can they prove it? That's what I want to know.
But the lawyer that came out, Gary, got a lot of those tapes. Got a whole lot of those.
People
tapes.
was turning the tapes in and sending stuff to them.
And it won't stop you from criminal prosecution, right?
Yeah.
If you settle, that doesn't stop them from coming after you.
Yeah, if you settle, that don't protect you against, like, the law, I don't think.
Oh, Lord.
That's crazy.
It sure
so
is.
you gonna pay, you might pay to keep it quiet for a minute, but it still, there's a chance it's gonna resurface because you never know who else has you on tape. If you on tape.
Look at all the money Bill Cosby paid that woman, and she came back anyway and sued again, and he went to jail. So,
and he ain't had no tape.
Nope.
Lord Jesus, what are we gonna do, Lord? All right, y'all, last but not least, Taylor Swift is officially the wealthiest woman in music with a net worth of approximately $1.6 billion. She is now richer than Madonna, Beyonce, Celine Dion, and even Rihanna. Rihanna previously held that spot for the richest female musician with a net worth of about $1.4 billion, which was built largely from her Fenty Beauty makeup products and lingerie. Forbes says Swift is the first musician to make the billionaire ranking primarily based on her songs and performances. Her fortune includes nearly $600 million amassed from royalties and touring, plus a music catalog worth an estimated $600 million and some $125 million in real estate.
And I can't get a chick that got $1,100 in her bank account.
I can't even buy KFC.
Chick tired so bald she can't even get up in the driveway, just not peeling off.
And they don't match.
Oh, my God.
Right.
You know what? We're going to wrap up the hot spot on that note. Well, why don't you hit us up with them wake-up calls at 866-9-RICKY. That's 866-9-RICKEY. The time now is 25 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. What up, Ricky? Okay, one of the biggest upsets of all time just happened. CandyStore.com reviewed candy purchases from the past couple of months leading up to Halloween. Now, usually Reese's Peanut Butter Cups are the clearest number one go-to candy, but this year, for the first time, M&M's have eclipsed them to take the top spot. Reese's Cups came in number 2, followed by Sour Patch Kids in third. Skittles and Starburst rounded out the top 5. Now, here's where people started really having an issue. Hot Tamales came in at number 6, followed by Candy Corn in at 7. Followed by Hershey's Kisses, then Hershey Mini Bars, then Butterfingers at 10. Snickers, Jolly Ranchers, Almond Joy, and Twix were further down the list.
Come on.
I don't know who made this.
I know you lying.
Come on, man.
I know you lying.
Sitting up there talking about some Twizzlers better than a damn Twix.
Candy Corn need to scoot on up. I don't know what they talking about.
Exactly, and all these, and it's a fan base that hate candy corn that's out there.
Yeah, I know.
I'm in it.
Candy corn is
For
so.
what?
I hate Sour Patch
I hate
Kids.
candy corn.
Sour Patch Kids ain't no Halloween candy.
Yeah, but them sour candies are taking over, man. Everybody loving them sour
Nobody
candies.
want no sour candy.
Them damn COVID children.
Nobody who loves Jesus like sour candy.
I did buy some of them sour gummy worms the other day. But that's gonna last. That'll last me for until March of next year.
Yeah, but that ain't like Halloween candy. Come on now.
You can't beat Snicker. I had a Snicker bar yesterday, man. It made
M&M's
me
are good,
rededicate
but
my life.
You don't like M&M's?
Not for number one.
M&M's don't beat Snickers and Almond Joy and Twix, though. Come on now.
Reese's should be number
I just
one.
want to ask Special K, why you just can't buy a regular size Snicker?
I did not have the king size. I had a regular size Snicker bar.
Why you got to buy the Snickers with the veins in it?
You thinking about Gary?
No, he knew who he was talking about.
Gary. That's Gary with the king size Snicker. If I get a king size Snicker, I'm eating it with a knife and a fork.
That's even worse. Just go ahead and bite it and then bite the vein and eat it.
Go to commercial. Emergency.
It's too early.
Hey, I'm your neighbor. I live 3 houses down. I just wanted to let you know that every time you go to work, there's a car that comes here and there's a guy that comes into your house. I think your wife might be cheating on you. The car is a red Chevy. License plate, it starts with a 5. I didn't get the whole thing. But every time you leave work at about 2 a.m., there's a red Chevy that pulls up right down the street here, parked here, and there's a guy who comes into your house and meets with your wife. I've seen this about 4 nights in a row now, and I just want to let you know. If you need more proof, I got like a ring cam, and I can show you my ring cam that shows my front yard. You'll see the car in the footage. If you got any questions, like I said, I live 3 houses down at 592. If you want to talk about it, just let me know. All right, just want to tell you that.
Hold it! He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
Gary, what's up, man? I can't
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Tuesday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Iman Shumpert, baby, he was recently seen, y'all, getting cozy with Miss Amber Rose, y'all. But now they're saying, y'all, that the former NBA star says the pair are just friends. He said last month, they said Iman and Amber were seen chilling together at a Miami Beach. Now they're saying TMZ caught up with the baller who told them that we went to College Hill, honey, the celebrity edition together, Annie, and any other time y'all would have just let us eat. But now y'all want to try to get all into it. Now Iman, said that Amber is his people's, whatever that means, and he denies any romantic involvement with the MAGA ambassador. Now, his beautiful ex-wife, Miss Tiana Taylor, filed for divorce last year. Now, in December, they say things took a little nasty turn between them after she made some shocking child endangerment claims against him, alleging that he ignores their children's safety, that he doesn't feed them properly, and that he consistently demonstrates clear disregard, y'all, for the safety of the minors, y'all. Now, the divorce was finalized in June, and they say Iman agreed to pay only $8,000 a month in child support and cover private school fees for their daughters, y'all. So there you have it. He is not with Miss Amber Rose, honey. Miss Amber Rose, we ain't heard that name in a while, but I guess, honey, she's still, you know.
No, she been out there campaigning for Donald Trump.
Oh, oh, Lord, she's still doing that? Oh, well, so congratulations, Amber Rose, honey. She's doing something, honey. For somebody, but anyway, y'all need to hear nor there. All right, moving on now, Ricky. This is a very touching story, y'all. They're saying, y'all, that Sean Diddy Combs' situation, y'all, is about to go into overdrive, y'all. Now, MTO learned that Diddy's longtime accountant, y'all, and his lawyer are both under federal investigation.
What?
Now, they're saying, they say both Diddy's lawyer and his accountant are older white men, they say, who are likely to spill the beans, honey, to the feds and tell them everything that they need to know about Diddy and other celebrities involved in illegal activities. Now, they say the news of the investigation into Diddy's lawyer and accountant came, y'all, from Lil Rod's lawyer, Tyrone Blackburn. Now, Lil Rod, honey, and his legal team have been cooperating with the federal investigation against Diddy, and they're inadvertently spilled the beans, y'all, on the status of the investigation, y'all, in legal documents, honey. So that's one thing I'll be wondering about those lawyers and people, honey. Can you really trust them? They'll sell you up the river if they know you probably guilty and they getting paid, I would think, allegedly. Do that happen? Do y'all know stuff like that really happen to these people? I mean,
yeah, because Diddy probably paid him a lot of money to kind of clean up a lot of his dirt and mess.
Yeah, they're going to go and get, especially if they know that crimes was committed and they tried to cover it up. That makes you guilty of crime.
Yep.
Oh, my God.
Has he been doing these parties like his whole career, like as a mogul? Like when did he start? In his 30s, his 20s?
Seemed like it started when he started popping.
Yeah, he used to throw parties back at Howard University. Like that's how he got his claim to fame, throwing these big, huge parties on the campus.
Well, that
I just
one
think
where
it's
the people
shocking
got killed.
that all of this has been going on for so long, and there's all these tapes out here, and no one said anything.
Well, they've been saying stuff, but people just, once you get real popular and get real famous, it's hard to get people to believe or take serious what you're saying, or people didn't say anything because they feel like they would get killed.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that Cassie video just really set it off. I think that was it actually
everything.
seeing that. Yeah.
That really made him start looking guilty or what have you and stuff. So, oh my God. But I mean, and then back in the day too, when you were being filmed, nobody cared about being filmed. They would have never thought they were going to be blackmailed.
Well, I think people didn't know that they were being filmed. That's where the crime comes in. That people didn't know they were being filmed until after the fact. And then the fact that you were on tape while you were maybe drugged, that's where the extortion and the blackmail comes in at, That's a crime. You can't film somebody without their knowledge and consent.
Really? But if you're in a public place, it's an open place. Like
No. You can't just film somebody having relations with somebody if you don't let them know that they're being filmed.
It's just like all those Airbnb lawsuits where people say they were hitting cameras and stuff like that. You can't do that without someone's permission, not in a private setting.
Well, yeah.
You couldn't pay me to stay in one of them.
Me neither, Ricky. I'm sorry.
You couldn't pay me. You can. I don't care how nice it is. I just, it's something about them that just creep me out. I ain't never been able to stay in no Airbnb.
No, I'm leery.
I stay at them all the time.
Really?
Speak for yourself. Me too.
I stay at them all the time. I love them.
Speak for yourself.
I love that more than a hotel.
My wife had an 18-bedroom Airbnb in Dallas for the Women Evolve thing, and it was beautiful.
It's great because a lot of them are on there. People don't live there; they're only rented out as Airbnb.
Ain't nobody going there to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going in
there to Dodge.
The Kahlua today, honey, one of my favorite Kahlua. My Kahlua today, y'all, is wasabi. On the high end, you say wasabi, and on the lunch, you say beautiful Rickey.
Oh, God. You stupid. Get off my radio.
Y'all give it up for Gary with the team.
Hey. Time to wake up. Oh.
I got to wake up call for 8669 Ricky. Here we
Here
go.
we go.
Wake up. It's time to get yourself together.
Get it together. Hey.
Encourage each other and be productive.
Come on now.
Morning show. Wanna know where you calling from? So come on.
Wake it up.
I
like to say wake up, wake up, wake up to Kaiser, Kason, Antoinette, and Jasmine. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Yeah, this is Jackie Cartel. I'm calling from Wingate, North Carolina. I just wanted to say happy birthday to London Mark. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
I'm shouting out to Raleigh Elementary School, and I want to say wake up, wake up, wake up.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Leah calling out of Florida. I just want to wish everyone safe travels that are trying to get out of the path of this hurricane. I want to wish my daughter a happy 18th birthday on today. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
It's a whole gang of cities tuned in, locked in. What's yours? Because we going to let them know.
Let them know that.
Gainesville, wake up.
Wake up.
Meridian, wake up. And Greenwood, wake up. Wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. When you at Dallas, wake up.
Let's
in
go.
Chicago, wake up. At TL, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
All right. And from the Weather Channel meteorologist Alex Wallace is joining us this morning. Alex, good morning. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Good morning.
For coming on. What is the latest update on Hurricane Milton?
Well, right now, as you mentioned, this thing is a beast. Got to a Category 5 yesterday with 180 mile per hour winds, which is, on the upper echelon on any kind of hurricane we've seen in the Gulf of Mexico. Now, it did weaken a bit overnight and into this morning, but it's still very powerful. A Category 4 hurricane with 155 mile per hour winds, and now it's on its way to the west coast of Florida. I mean, it's pretty bad at this point. There's no way around it. The west coast of Florida somewhere is going to be hit with this very powerful hurricane.
Wow. Man, that's something. So with Tampa, go ahead.
Okay, so I don't know if y'all saw this, but a meteorologist went viral after he got emotional and kind of speechless after Milton dropped another 50 millibars, putting it at the limit of the Earth's atmosphere. What does that mean?
Well, basically, the fact is these hurricanes, they tend to have a upper portion of how strong they can get based on what the environmental conditions can be. So this Hurricane Milton was getting real close to that top end of what the Earth would allow it to actually become, which is just something we don't see. So, it's totally understandable seeing me getting so emotional because it was just like, we just don't see this. This is not something that's normal, and people are in its path, and that what's about to come. It's sobering.
So Alex, now the highway's been flooded with traffic, due to people just trying to evacuate the city. So what do you say to the people that are not taking the evacuation notices seriously and trying to ride out the storm? Because a lot of people always do that. Say, I'm going to just ride it out and don't leave.
We see it every time, right? And we can only give the message about listening to local officials. They'll let you know when you need to evacuate. So the way they evacuate by way of, in Florida, zones. So they don't just say all of Tampa evacuate. No, Tampa has different zones. So they'll let you know, so you need to know what zone you're in to leave. And then when they tell you to leave, you need to leave. They're not telling you to leave for fun. They're telling you to leave to save your life. It's all about trying to get away from the water. And we see it every time with these storms. People say, I'm going to ride it out. They ride it out, and they realize they shouldn't have been there. And when we talk to them in the aftermath, they're always saying, I wish I had listened. I wish I had left. So we want to continue to drive home that point. Leave if they tell you to leave. You don't want to regret that decision.
And then, Alex, when the water starts flooding in the streets, and if you're in Florida, you're dealing with a real problem. You're dealing with alligators. And then tell them about the surge and and alligators just roaming around.
That's a risk, right? It's not just the alligators, but think about what else is in that water. That water is nasty. It's dirty. No one wants to be in that water. And it's very powerful, right? We got some of the estimates here in terms of what the storm surge could be. And what that is basically the water that gets pushed in by the winds from the storm coming in from the Gulf of Mexico into the coast. And some of the levels of storm surge, the forecast here for the Tampa area right now, it's anywhere from 10 to 15 feet. Can you imagine 10 to 15 feet of water taking over your community, your neighborhood? That's just an incredible amount of water, which is going to be very destructive. It doesn't come in nice and slow, like a nice little lazy lake. No, it comes in powerful, and we've got waves on top of that. So that's what causes a lot of the damage. that's what causes a lot of the deaths, unfortunately, is that storm surge. And that's why they tell people, when they tell you to leave, you're running away from that surge. So you don't want to be dealing with that. Again, 10 to 15 feet, I mean, that's like 2+ sacks. You can't, right. No one can survive that.
And Alex, I think it's really important for people to also consider, sometimes when you say the storm weekend, people can be deceived and think, oh, it's not going to be that bad. But we saw when Hurricane Katrina made landfall, it was also a Category 3. It was not a Category 5. And we saw that devastation. My question to you is, as we're looking at all of this traffic gridlocked along the West Coast and people trying to get out of the Tampa area, I'm concerned about the timeline. In terms of how much time they have left to leave. What would you say is the cutoff time for people if they can't get out to just shelter in place?
Well, I would say the worst of the weather really starts to come in Wednesday night into Thursday in terms of like the core, Wednesday night, early Thursday morning. So you still have basically all of today and a good chunk of Wednesday to be able to get out. Again, if they tell you to get out, that's what you want to be doing. So there's still time. I know there's a lot of traffic. People are, and the whole thing is like it's like a double-edged sword, right? You're telling people to get out, and they're listening, but now everyone's kind of flooding these roads. So it's a tough situation. But as long as people don't panic, stay calm, everybody should be able to get out to where they need to go to get out and be as safe as possible.
Man, thank you so much, Alex, for joining us, man. And we're going to be needing to talk to you all week because, and I hope that that this thing gets down and loses strength, especially once it hits landfall. But we're going to be getting more information from you, Alex. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us. We really appreciate you. If anybody want to reach you, how can they follow you on your social media?
You can find me Instagram. I'm on at Alex Wallace TWC. I'm on Twitter or X at Alex Wallace TWC as well. So you can hit me up there. You can always ask questions. I'm always available. I'm always there answering questions as well. And thank you guys for having me. It's really important that we get this word out about this really dangerous storm.
Absolutely, I appreciate you, man. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up, bruh.
Son, I'm glad you picked up the phone, son. Because I'm in a real situation right now. I'm trapped right now. I'm in a real situation right now. Like, real talk.
You're not coming to work?
I want to come to work. I wish I was at work right now. I swear to God, I wish I was at work right now rather so than being where I'm at right now.
Sound like somebody's sleeping.
Yeah, I'm mashed up against the wall in the damn hotel. I got one of my big girls. I got one of my big girls over here. I'm trying to get my car at the shop. So I need $600. I need $600. I got my big girl over here. Shawty got me mashed up against the damn wall. Shawty, I can't hardly even breathe. Hey, cuz, I need you to send somebody over here, like, real talk.
How you messed up in the wall? How you get mashed up against?
After I did, I put that work in, son. I climbed up on that thing.
Oh, no, how much she weigh? Black Tony, how much she weigh?
Man, both of them. See, I don't know, both of them.
You say you climbed up on it?
I climbed up. Hey, Roger, I climbed up on that thing. I climbed up on that thing like I was walking up Stone Mountain. But look. But Shawty fell asleep. She sleep real hard, son.
Yeah.
And somebody need to come over here. And the only way she gonna wake up, somebody need to come tickle her feet.
Hey,
I can't reach down there. My arm sleep. My left arm sleep. My right hand, I can't reach down there for.
That's on it. You said she weighed about 400 something pounds. When you hit that thing, you had to put on some cleats.
Yeah, them old school.
Well, you can have some grips. Them damn Walter Paytons.
Yes, sir. Black and white with the gum bottom.
I had wrapped duct tape around my hand and put it on the back of her neck.
He had on some turfs.
I started, man, please come over here and wake this girl up, man. Please come over here and wake this girl up so I can get to work.
Black's on it.
Huh?
Black's on it. Black's on it. Did you kill it, man?
I don't know.
You got to tell the truth. I'm going to let you take the day off, man, because if you kill the dog, I'm going to let you just go and be off. I ain't going to even flex it.
Hey, shot real talk. I don't even know if I was open. I think I was just stabbing thighs. So.
you think you were what?
I think I was just hitting thigh meats.
Hold it! He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
Gary has the tea and the color of the day. Gary, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning to you. It's Tuesday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. This is a sad story. Tia Mowry, y'all know from the twin sisters, Tia and Tataya. Well, Tia Mowry, y'all, honey, is opening up, y'all, about how tough it is, y'all, dealing with divorce, especially when you didn't date anyone else prior to y'all tying that knot. Now, recently she talked on an episode of her new reality series, Tia Mowry, My Next Act. The actress talked about how getting married, Ricky, before ever even having the chance to date has made divorce that much more difficult. Oh, it's sad, honey. I feel so bad for her. She said, quote, I wasn't even allowed to date until I was 18 years old, she said, admitted during the episode. She said, I met Corey when I turned 20 and I lost my virginity at 25. She said, dare I said it, and then we got married and boom. Now, later in the episode, she also talked about her ex-husband being her first everything with her friend Essence Atkins. She said, quote, I've never dated, she revealed. Corey was my first everything. That's right, you haven't. She said it was just a sad thing. And that's something, she waited until she was almost, 25 years old, she was a virgin until then, and this man was her first, and now he's her last. And they're not together. That's a sad situation. I feel bad for her. How do y'all feel about,
She could get back together. We were just talking about how Judge Judy got a divorce and got right back with her husband a year later.
Yeah.
Because you realize, it really ain't nothing out here. Let me go ahead and get back.
Is it good to go back? Because some people say going back, that means that's the reason why I left, because
she ain't going back.
She not going to go back to Corey? My Lord. It's a sad thing. Some people say it's cheaper to keep her, and, some people say they think the grass is greener on the other side, but the water bill is higher.
But she just never got a chance to really date or see if anything is out there, or even what dating is like, or get paid attention to by other men and see what, just to experience life. And she 30-something.
Yeah.
So
you think that's why women and men should let their daughters date like at 10 or 12?
Absolutely not.
So they could know, you could at least know what's out there.
No, you date when you become grown, when you become, 18 and up, or 21 and up.
Ooh.
Whatever.
18. Ricky, how old were you when you started dating?
Probably about dumbass 12th grade.
Oh, that was just senior.
I was just too silly. Wouldn't nobody take me serious.
Yeah.
Like, going real skinny with a high box fade, cracking joke, class clown. Wasn't nobody trying to talk to me.
Yeah.
I would talk to Rickey Smiley, but he be acting so stupid.
You didn't fall in love when you were a teenager, Ricky? You didn't fall in love as a teenager?
I was in love, wasn't nobody like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah.
You was serious. You was trying to be serious, but they wasn't taking you serious.
Yeah.
When I was in the ninth grade, I was trying to holler at them chicks in the 12th grade that had them grown woman hips. I couldn't date no ninth grade girl. Them girls still wearing barrettes and hair bows. I was trying to get them damn chicks that was on the majorette squad. Damn,
yeah.
Ooh, they were so damn fine. I ain't never seen that. Like, I couldn't believe I was going to the same school with them grown ass women. Boy, Ro had one, my boy Ro. Y'all know Ro.
Yes,
oh yeah.
They be doing security for me sometimes. But Ro had one in the 12th grade. Boy, Ro had one 20 years old picking them up from school. We was in the ninth grade.
Oh wow.
And boy,
that's beautiful.
Man, Ro was telling her, man, we was at PE. He was like, man, we was all gathered up. He was telling us what some breasts look like. We said, what?
Oh my God, good in country. My Lord.
Those conversations.
Moving on.
Hey, Rock, I got to tell you about that, boy. That's funny, boy. We still talking about that. They look like, what? He drew them on some paper in his notebook.
Oh, Lord. In other celebrity news, y'all, Joe Budden, honey, is talking about DDG, being very disrespectful about Mr. DDG. That's a grown man. He has a career and he got money, but Joe Budden feels different now. Here's what he had to say about Mr. DDG.
Who the is DDG? and why am I supposed to care about his thoughts on anything? I'm very happy that they have broken up, so I don't get to keep seeing this name attached to this girl's name when I don't know him for nothing as a standalone. And for me, it's important to know people based off their own name and merit and what they have done. Every time I see his name, it's attached to hers, and it's typically in some type of clout chaser fashion. So that makes me look at him a different way, and hopefully I get to look at him a lot less now that they've broken.
Isn't that something he said about DDG and Halle Bailey? She loved that man. They have a child together, and he's saying that he don't have a career. Does DDG have a career? Is he? Anybody?
Is he popular with young people, younger adults, like in their 20s?
He's very popular.
Yes.
Like he's been on YouTube for years. Like he has almost like a cult fan base.
And Joe Budden is
90.
probably old enough to be his dad.
Budden's in his 50s.
Yeah. So I mean, why would? Yeah, I don't think that's a fair statement.
But he didn't do his research, so
that part.
I mean,
yeah, well, he said his name is attached to Halle, so because I didn't know who DDG was until he got with Halle.
Okay,
Bailey.
what does DDG do?
so he's a YouTuber. He started off on
like
YouTube.
an influencer.
Yeah, influencer YouTuber, and then he now makes music. So he kind of transitioned from YouTube to
he
music.
got quite a few hit songs.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
They play them on the radio?
They play them everywhere.
On a hip hop station?
Yeah, I guess.
These days, you really don't need radio airplay to, you get you a little TikTok hit and you get some streams going,
Got about 6 million followers.
Really? Well, Joe Budden should feel bad then. I mean, I guess, DDG, I'm sure he's going to clap back.
Yeah, he sounds out of touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh, my. Well, let's pray for Joe Budden, honey, that he does his research and know who the DDG is.
Now they finna drag all us on. I didn't say nothing. This Rickey Smiley, I said nothing. You finna get us dragged on that damn podcast show. They be dragging people.
Oh, Lord, that's all right, honey. Well, we love you, DDG, and you and Halle, y'all need to get back together and have another child, honey, and then call it a day. Because I didn't know who he was, and he did latch on to her, and honey, because she is the star, and he's just she's a star, and he's an Instagrammer, or whatever they call him. All right, the color today, honey, is one of my favorite color. My color today, y'all, is wasabi. On the high end, you say wasabi, and on the low end, you say beautiful celery green. That's your color for today.
All right, y'all give it up, Gary with the T. All right, y'all. Special K, just got to watching your video. You doing on Kurt Franklin, man. You so.
I'm gonna show it to him.
Kurt, man, Gary. Can I say something real quick before we bring on Kurt Franklin? I'm just real disappointed. I put it on RS Comedy. I ain't gonna say nothing, but we got to have more respect for our civil rights leaders that have paved the way for us. We just got to show more respect for our civil rights leaders. So I posted a picture of my concerns on RS Comedy. Let me know your thoughts, Gary. You can go there now. Coming up, on Instagram. On Instagram. So coming up next. Coming up next.
Y'all wrong for that.
Did you see that post?
People are talking.
Here's what's trending on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
This morning, people are actually been arguing online about a woman who made a post about her boyfriend breaking up with her over a loan. All right, Brat, tell us what happened.
Well, the young lady who would not share her name said that my boyfriend of 3 years lost his job last month, which has been a significant challenge for him. He approached me 2 weeks ago and asked if I could help him pay his mortgage, but I told him no. Last week, he presented me with a spreadsheet detailing everything he had done for me during our relationship, totaling over $20,000 in value. He then broke up with me. 3 years down the drain, despite feeling guilty because he never asked for anything, I still feel that if he is truly my man, then he should have something to offer as well. I can't believe this man broke up with me because I told him no. He found a way to pay it. I don't think I was wrong because he's supposed to lead me. Plus, I don't live with him. If I was living with him, I would have did it then. Do you see my point?
No, ma'am.
Nope.
No, ma'am. She sounds selfish as hell.
Pretty much.
We're supposed to be there for each other.
And there you go.
Yeah, when I'm up, you down, I can help you, and vice versa.
You said you speak in my mind.
He lost his job. You ain't gonna help him out, dang.
And especially if you got it. Like if you got it, you're not gonna help him, really.
And he's been helping you.
Yeah.
Well, but who says?
But that's been in a lot of discussions on social media lately. Just how today's society, how people are so self-serving and selfish. And it's like you want to look out for your dude, bruh. And the fact that he never should even had to bring up the $20K, the things that he's done for you, or whatever. In despite of whether you live with him or not, that don't have nothing to do with anything.
But we don't know what he did to lead up to that. I mean, he could have, he could have cheated on her and stuff. And
she didn't say nothing about that.
Well, she just didn't say nothing about. Well, not all men cheat, but she didn't have to say that. But anything could have happened. She just probably maybe she didn't have the money to loan him. At the time.
She said she would have done it if they was living together. She would have done it.
Well, that means
obviously she hasn't.
Well, he should have married her then from the start. Then if he would have married her, then they would have had it together.
It's
and
probably
stuff,
a good
instead
thing
of
that
leading
he
her
didn't.
on.
It's probably a good thing that he didn't, because here he is on downtime, having a hard time and down on his luck, and she can't come through for him.
But she probably he get unemployment. I'm sure he get an unemployment check.
Okay, but was she thinking about all that when he looked out for her? She said that he did stuff for her totaling over $20,000.
But she did stuff for him too. I'm sure if she was a love maker for him and stuff. I mean,
okay, hold on. That's another argument that they've been talking about on social media. So she giving him some, but she's getting some
message.
I just need all women to understand that why you putting the price on the pocketbook when you getting some, you receiving.
Yeah. Exactly. But the woman is the prize.
We ain't swiping no credit card. We ain't charging you.
Yeah. I gave you, you gave me.
But it was petty for him to present a spreadsheet detailing everything he did.
I don't think that was petty.
That was very petty.
I think he was saying, look, don't act like I haven't been there when your transmission went out. Don't act like I haven't been there when you needed tires. Don't act like I wasn't there when you.
Everything he did, that's petty.
I would have did it too.
I do think to that extreme that is petty, but I don't think it's unreasonable for him to bring it up like, hey, I've been here for you. And my thing is, if you're in a serious relationship and you're dating, you're almost like auditioning each other for marriage.
Yeah,
so
but
you see this person is, she could have gave it to him.
But my therapist said when you do stuff, you're supposed to do it from the kindness of your heart, not expecting nothing in return.
And to your point, she should have done it from the kindness of her heart.
Well, he shouldn't have brought that spreadsheet up from the kindness of his heart.
What if he would, like Maria said, what if he would have just said, hey, I look out for you?
Now, that would have been fine to me, but the spreadsheet made it real petty. Oh, like you keeping tabs on what you doing for me for the whole time we've been together for $20K. But I feel like she should have gave him something. He didn't ask for the whole mortgage. He said, could you help me with it?
And
so
it
I felt
wasn't
like
that much,
whatever
15,
she offered him would have just been a nice offer instead of just saying no.
If she say, look, if it's $1,500, I can give you $750.
Right, just try.
I wouldn't let her ass live with me either.
Right, yeah.
That's great.
Glad she didn't marry him.
She wrote that letter like she thought we was gonna give her a high five. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Yeah,
no,
because
we don't see your point, man.
That's the true test of a relationship, when people are down and out, or depressed, or sad, or grieving, or lose their job. Things happen, and it's funny about relationships. Everything is perfect until it's not.
Yeah.
And then that right there is shows character and where you are, in a relationship. Just fall on hard times, or go through something, or go through some bad times. How down are you? Nobody cheated, nobody did anything wrong, or whatever. Bro, what did he say? He lost his job?
Yeah. You say he lost his job.
Ricky, my husband wouldn't even have to ask. If he lost his job and he was down and out, I would offer. I would say, what can I do to help?
But you see what the key word was? Husband. That was not her husband.
That don't have nothing to do with it, because
but
they're
if
not
they
married.
Date serious,
but she received benefits, and they not married, so she receiving the benefits.
And when people show you who they are, believe them. So good for him.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's a lot of that's just, it's a lot of selfishness in these days and time. It's a lot of more entitlement than anything. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a bad time in relationship. People just need relationship coaching. Some people just don't have common sense and common courtesy or whatever because, man, I would have like, bam, here you go. I hate to see you suffering. What can I do to help you recover, help you get a job or whatever? Well, okay, let's figure something out. Let's sit down. Let's figure out how we can work something out so we can survive this. And then when you get a woman that's down for you, you're like, babe, can you move in? Like if I'm down on my luck, then you just, when your lease go out, then you just move over here and we can just put our resources together and we can just make it happen because, man, that's when you really love a woman or a man. When they show you, when they are there for you at your worst time, you will never, ever in your life forget it. But you also will never forget for the rest of your life when somebody turn their back on you or don't check on you when you go through the worst time of your life. You just never forget it. And I'm one of them type of people, once I get a bad taste in my mouth, or whatever, or have a bad experience or a bad taste with some food, I'll never eat it again. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, Gary, if people show you who they are, you better damn believe them. That's a good topic. Y'all can hit us up on our social media, 866-9-RICKEY, 866-9-RICKEY. Hey, listen, Hurricane Milton strengthened into a Category 5 storm last night, leaving forecasters concerned about the catastrophic damage it could bring to Florida and surrounding areas. And from the Weather Channel meteorologist, Alex Wallace is joining us this morning. Alex, good morning. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Good morning.
For coming on. What is the latest update on Hurricane Milton?
Well, right now, as you mentioned, this thing, it's a beast. Got to a Category 5 yesterday with 180-mile-per-hour winds, which is, on the upper echelon on any kind of hurricane we've seen in the Gulf of Mexico. Now, it did weaken a bit overnight and into this morning, but it's still very powerful. A Category 4 hurricane with 155-mile-per-hour winds, and now it's on its way to the west coast of Florida. I mean, it's pretty bad at this point. There's no way around it. The west coast of Florida somewhere is going to be hit with this very powerful hurricane.
I don't know if y'all saw this, but a meteorologist went viral after he got emotional and kind of speechless after Milton dropped another 50 millibars, putting it at the limit of the Earth's atmosphere. What does that mean?
Well, basically, the fact is these hurricanes, they tend to have a upper portion of how strong they can get based on what the environmental conditions can be. So this Hurricane Milton was getting real close to that top end of what the Earth would allow it to actually become, which is just something we don't see. So, it's totally understandable seeing he getting so emotional because it was just like, we just don't see this. This is not something that's normal, and people are in its path, and that what's about to come. It's sobering.
Alex, now the highway's been flooded with traffic, due to people just trying to evacuate the city. So what do you say to the people that are not taking the evacuation notices seriously and trying to ride out the storm? Because a lot of people always do that. Say, I'm going to just ride it out and don't leave.
I know. We see it every time, right? And we can only give the message about listening to local officials. They'll let you know when you need to evacuate. So the way they evacuate by way of, in Florida, zones. So they don't just say all of Tampa evacuate. No, Tampa has different zones. So they'll let you know, so you need to know what zone you're in to leave. And then when they tell you to leave, you need to leave. They're not telling you to leave for fun. They're telling you to leave to save your life. It's all about trying to get away from the water. And we see it every time with these storms. People say, I'm going to ride it out. They ride it out, and they realize they shouldn't have been there. And when we talk to them in the aftermath, they're always saying, I wish I had listened. I wish I had left. So we want to continue to drive home that point. Leave if they tell you to leave. You don't want to regret that decision.
And then, Alex, when the water starts flooding in the streets, and if you're in Florida, you're dealing with a real problem. You're dealing with alligators. And then tell them about the surge and and alligators just roaming around.
I mean, that's a risk, right? It's not just the alligators, but think about what else is in that water. I mean, that water is nasty. It's dirty. No one wants to be in that water. And it's very powerful, right? I mean, we got some of the estimates here in terms of what the storm surge could be. And what that is basically the water that gets pushed in by the winds from the storm coming in from the Gulf of Mexico into the coast. And some of the levels of storm surge, the forecast here for the Tampa area right now, it's anywhere from 10 to 15 feet. Can you imagine 10 to 15 feet of water taking over your community, your neighborhood? I mean, that's just an incredible amount of water, which is going to be very destructive. It doesn't come in nice and slow, like a nice little lazy lake. No, it comes in powerful, and we've got waves on top of that. So that's what causes a lot of the damage. That's what causes a lot of the deaths, unfortunately, is that storm surge. And that's why they tell people, when they tell you to leave, you're running away from that surge. So you don't want to be dealing with that. Again, 10 to 15 feet, I mean, that's like 2+ shacks. You can't,
right.
No one can survive that.
And Alex, I think it's really important for people to also consider, sometimes when you say the storm weekend, people can be deceived and think, oh, it's not going to be that bad. But we saw when Hurricane Katrina made landfall, it was also a Category 3. It was not a Category 5. And we saw that devastation. My question to you is, as we're looking at all of this traffic gridlocked along the West Coast and people trying to get out of the Tampa area, I'm concerned about the timeline. In terms of how much time they have left to leave. What would you say is the cutoff time for people if they can't get out to just shelter in place?
Well, I would say the worst of the weather really starts to come in Wednesday night into Thursday in terms of like the core, Wednesday night, early Thursday morning. So you still have basically all of today and a good chunk of Wednesday to be able to get out. Again, if they tell you to get out, that's what you want to be doing. So there's still time. I know there's a lot of traffic. People are, and the whole thing is like it's like a double-edged sword, right? You're telling people to get out, and they're listening, but now everyone's kind of flooding these roads. So it's a tough situation. But as long as people don't panic, stay calm, everybody should be able to get out to where they need to go to get out and be as safe as possible.
Man, thank you so much, Alex, for joining us, man. And we're going to be needing to talk to you all week. If anybody want to reach you, how can they follow you on your social media?
You can find me Instagram. I'm on at Alex Wallace TWC. I'm on Twitter or X at Alex Wallace TWC as well. So you can hit me up there. You can always ask questions. I'm always available. I'm always there answering questions as well. And thank you guys for having me. It's really important that we get this word out about this really dangerous storm.
Absolutely. I appreciate you, man. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.
So, Rickey, we're a few weeks away from Halloween, and a lot of people like to wait until the last minute, but you can't get really creative when you wait until the last minute. Now, it may seem ages away, but if you shop early, you can make an impression. So, what are some of the most popular Halloween costumes this season? Well, Beetlejuice was really big. Mm-hmm. Did y'all get a chance to see that in theaters? I thought they did a great job.
Great job.
Yeah, bringing back the nostalgia and making it modern also. So Beetlejuice is really popular, of course. Deadpool, Wolverine, Garfield, a lot of these movies that are out. And then also there's an adult Auntie Annie's Pretzel Nuggets cup costume. That's interesting. I love those pretzel nuggets. And a lot of the Marvel characters. What is your most fondest memory, your Halloween costume from Halloween? I know we have a bunch of them.
I did a really good Steve Urkel back in I think it was 2018.
Really?
I did, yeah. When I was, I went to a Halloween party, and I did a really a perfect Steve Urkel costume.
Sure, you dress like that every day. Anyway,
that was unnecessary.
I had a lot of fun with my grandson dressed as the Santa Claus from Friday After Next. That was cute.
Oh, that is cute.
Yeah, we kind of broke the internet with that one.
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun. Gary, what about Gary? You know what you need to do? You know what you need to do for Halloween?
What?
Dress a damn football. Put on a football uniform and a helmet.
I wish I would.
No, we don't need nobody.
No.
University of Alabama.
Wait a minute. Say what?
A University of Alabama costume.
We don't need a football player.
They played like Gary.
Oh, Ricky. Yes, honey.
Hey, don't do that.
That's mean. That's just mean.
Don't do that.
That joker tiptoeing down the street talking about trick or treat, trick or treat.
But then you add a boa and a tutu to the
Roll
football.
Tide.
Roll Tide. That's right.
News headlines, entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
I can't get through it, man. I be trying my best. Every time you say what the animal is, the animal.
Animal who lays eggs, but it's not a bird.
I don't know, and then all that, it be Gary sitting in my peripheral vision, man. It be messing me up. Every time you do it, I just get tickled. I just drop my head. All right, we got your front page right here. Maria, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. The front page is brought to you by Capital One. Banking with Capital One helps you keep more money in your wallet with no fees or minimums on checking accounts. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank. Capital One NA member FDIC. Good morning, RSMS family. Here's what's happening in news. Hurricane Milton dipped to a Category 4 strength overnight, but is expected to rebound to a Category 5 later today. The storm is forecast a weekend before making landfall on Florida's Gulf Coast. However, forecasters expect it to keep growing inside, making its disastrous impacts felt over a larger area. Massive evacuations are taking place along Florida's west coast as we speak. In other news, as the U.S. closes in on the presidential election this fall, the nation's inflation rate has quietly returned to normal, even as it continues to worry voters and draw focus on campaign events. Have y'all noticed that the gas prices are going down?
Yep, just a little
you pay
bit.
attention to that?
Yeah.
Yeah, $2.55 I saw recently, and that's yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. More than half of adults list inflation as a top issue for the country, making it the highest ranking concern by a wide margin over the likes of immigration, crime, and abortion, according to a poll conducted last month. Inflation slowed dramatically from a peak of 9% in 2022, hovering right near the Federal Reserve's target rate of 2%. So we'll see how this impacts the election. Lastly, lottery officials announced Monday that it will cost $5 to play Mega Millions beginning in April, up from the current $2 per ticket. The price increase will be one of many changes to Mega Millions. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a big increase from $2 to $5.
Mm-hmm. It ain't gonna stop nobody from buying them tickets, though.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's been so many big jackpots this year. They said that that's going to help improve jackpot odds, more frequent giant prizes, and even larger payouts. So you're ready to pay them $5. I'm Maria Moore, and that's a quick rundown of this morning's headlines. For updates and more news, visit RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. Rock T, what you got in sports?
What it do, Maria? Well, how about them Kansas City Chiefs? They 5-0. They beat the New Orleans Saints last night, 26-13. Little cruise. They cruised that little victory right there. Shout out to, this is an interesting story, man. New England Patriots safety Jabril Peppers was allegedly arrested, facing charges including assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, strangulation to his girlfriend, drug possession. Now, she claims that he got violent with her after she received a phone call at 4 o'clock in the morning while they were having intercourse. And he didn't like that phone call. Obviously,
she answered the phone.
What? Maybe it was a guy. Maybe it's from another guy or something.
He should have been putting that work in. She wouldn't have picked the phone up.
Because if you handling business and that phone started,
been bored. It wasn't good.
Come on,
I ain't never had nobody answer the phone on me.
I don't think she answered the phone. I think maybe they was handling business and then the phone, lit up.
They paid the phone no attention.
If you hitting it right, the phone ain't gonna even ring. It's gonna go straight to voicemail if you hitting it right.
He probably saw a man's name pop up. Like, who is that?
Oh man, he worried about the wrong thing. That's some young boy stuff.
Man, listen.
Well, he denies all these allegations. Man,
we don't at this age we don't care because it's all about where she at. It can ring all night. All night ring. I don't give a damn. And I'm asleep. Go and talk to him. Go in there and talk to him.
That's a pimp right there.
I'm finished anyway.
That's Pinky the pimp.
Right. I'm in the bed. I'm going to pull that cup on me and go to sleep. Go and sit in there and talk to him because I don't feel like talking. I'm sleepy.
Hey, man, college football AP top 25 rankings. Texas number 1, Ohio State number 2, Oregon's number 3. Penn State is 4, Georgia is 5, Alabama slid to 7. Hey, Gary with the T, you got anything to say about Alabama losing to Vanderbilt?
Roll Tide.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Roll Tide.
How they say it, Gary?
Roll Tide.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
That's for losing to Vanderbilt. No disrespect to Vanderbilt. They won fair and square. But how you say it, Gary?
Roll Tide.
Don't do that.
Well, they need to roll.
Because they
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
so hot. They need to roll because they tired.
It's the BRAT.
All right, 29 after the hour, y'all. Time for the hot spot. What up, Brat?
What up, Ricky? Gary said they need to roll because they tired. He said, good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Well, y'all, Drake addressed the crowd at Tyrone Edwards' nostalgia party and called out fake friends who may switch up and try to stab you in the back. The speech comes after he reportedly unfollowed NBA stars LeBron James and DeMar DeRozan on Instagram after they showed support for Kendrick Lamar. Here's what Drake had to say.
My real friends are definitely in the building, but I'm going to tell you, you're going to come to a point in life where people you thought were friends or people you thought were close to you, they might switch up, they might try and move funny with you, they might stab you in the back, they might do a lot of things to you. You'll come to that realization. Wherever you're at in life, you've probably been there and you'll be there again. That's how life is. But look, sometimes it's you and you alone by yourself.
What
Why he sound
no, he sounds
Hispanic?
zesty.
Is he Jamaican?
He sounds
Yeah,
zesty
what was
to me.
going on with that?
You're alone and you're alone by yourself. I don't know what is going on.
He said that in the club?
He said that it sounded like he was at a party at Tyrone Edwards' nostalgia party.
Oh.
Yeah, he
Who
might not
wanna
want
hear
that
that
tape
kind
to
of
get out.
speech at a party? Like,
Yeah,
turn
you
the
and your
music
feelings
on.
at the party. We thought all that had blown over. You still talking about that, sir? Please let it go. We kind of trying.
Maybe
to
they
forget
just
about
like
it.
the song. The beat is banging.
Yeah, maybe they played it or something.
Yeah.
Because something had
You
to
know.
jar his memory or something made him, made him get a
They
little
not his
emotional.
friend. Oh, my Lord.
No new friends. No. All right, y'all, moving on. Some big-name celebrities are quietly paying off victims to avoid being publicly named in lawsuits related to the Diddy case. Attorney Tony Busby, who is representing more than 120 of Diddy's alleged victims, said the huge stars are about to be sued by his firm, and he's giving them a chance to settle up before the claims hit public court. Now, some celebrities have in fact opted to settle. Busby said in every single case, especially cases like this, because it's in the best interest of the victim, we attempt to resolve these matters without the filing of public lawsuit, and we've done that already with a handful of individuals, many of which you heard of before. Now, this is getting crazy because people, there's still no way to be safe. You paying this money and you don't know if the tape has been copied. You don't know who else has seen the tape. You still don't know if the tape was going to get out. I'm sure Diddy didn't think the tape of him and Cassie was going to get out. He paid for that.
Nah, exactly.
To be sealed. And it's all over the place. So, I don't know. I guess you just got to pay and take your chances as opposed to not paying anything or trying to do nothing about it. It's just like a gamble.
So are any of the tapes out?
I don't know if they're out, but I think they can soon be out. I don't know
Because
how
people keep saying that I got these, and then when you click on, I think it's just clickbait.
It is click, but I don't know how these people are going to be able to protect themselves if people are turning in this information to the lawyers and stuff. You don't think they saved a copy of it? You
Thank you.
Yeah, because a lawyer said that he was getting texts of the videos and he wished he didn't have it on his phone. So I'm like, if it's transmitted that, or if your phone is hacked, like anybody could get copies of it.
Exactly. So I don't know how people are going to be protected. I know they're trying their best to and paying out whatever they need to if they got money. But I don't know. All right, y'all, we're going to wrap up the hot spot on that note. But coming up next, we got the Praise Mix Down with Dwight Stone. The time now is 27 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.